Ah, Jolan True Internet.
Oh, oh, hello.
Hello.
Hello, champion.
Ah,
Oh. See, Jordan is about to fight the login boss.
indeed I am. It's fine. It gives me a chance to finish writing tweets. Haha.
Boom, boom. So you remember how when we were playing the other day, there was that person that was just hanging out in the city we were in, the role player.
Yeah.
He said, "Call them the commit." They're still there.
Wow.
I'm fairly sure they just AFK in that position.
All right. We'll do Blue Sky first, so that we can make sure we get Bob T Goldfish dot bsky dot social, right? Ha! There we go. Look, I remembered this time.
Hey.
Mastodon. And then the various discords.
Ah.
Let's accept Bob's party invite. And then one last post. And bam. There we go. All the posts have been mid.
Does it have? See ones on the Twitter.
Did I forget to hit post on Twitter? I did
Yeah,
forget
there's not one on Twitter.
I copied the post. I just forgot. There we go. Now we shall identify Bob to be Vulcan as a motherfucker.
Nope. You won't get that much anymore.
Hmm.
Because my phone is on the other side of the room. Because everything comes through my watch now.
I too have also joined the smartwatch community.
Siri, stop pinging it.
No, I don't need you guys to see all my work emails.
Just turn it off. Or fucking bring it here. I'll fix it.
Turn it on.
Hey, Frary. Bob's phone heard us talking about it and decided that it wanted to be part of the conversation, apparently.
No, Bob's watch heard Bob talking about Bob's phone and decided it needed to find Bob's phone, which was on the other side of the room.
Hey, Saber. Thanks for the alert.
Hey, Saber.
All right.
Let's talk to Hien, shall we?
Indeed, we shall.
A trial before the trial. Hien is ready to become a warrior of the steppe. Yeah, Fairy, but they're an accessibility feature I need. Now then, Cyrna, if you would tell us the trial we must undertake that we might participate in the Nadam. Ah, yes, I mentioned before, to be recognized as warriors of the steppe, one must follow in the footsteps of the legendary warrior, Bardam. He embarked on a great pilgrimage, eschewing cart and horse, and walked for many miles until he came to a holy place, thereafter named Bardam's Metal. There, at the altar, as he did, you must pray. The altar lies deep within the breeding grounds of the Yol. To complete your trial, you must tame one. Only then will your trial be complete. This doesn't give me a mount, I'm going to write. Fair enough, and where is the entrance to Bardam's Metal? This journey far to the west, beyond Shaka Zo, where lie the bones of a great and wise woman. Beyond the rules of Kol En, hidden within the mountains is a narrow pass. Follow it and you will come to Bardam's Metal. Seems to me like it'll be a trial, just getting to the trial. Then you may know, the eve of the Nadam, many strive to improve their fortunes, some by abducting and enslaving the warriors of other tribes. Be ever mindful of your surroundings, lest you be taken as well. So if anyone is speaking in chat, I would like to apologise. Because since I've opened this window, I have joined the chat room 9 times. So I think Twitch may be twitching, chat-wise.
Oh dear.
Ah, what grim expressions you wear while nodding so powerfully. Warriors such as you are not like to fall en route to a mere rite of passage. You proceed with all due caution. Let us not worry overmuch. We will overcome this trial and the next until we stand triumphant. That is all there is to it. No, With me, my friends, to the west, to Bardam's Metal. Wait. Oh dear, I knew I would forget. Here, take these whistles. Once tamed, your yawl will hearken to their call. Thanks. We'll try them out once we finish the trial. Let's catch up to Hien and Gosetsu. Did we want to go do Sheep Snatcher now?
Yeah, we can go do Sheep Snatcher.
Alright. Tsukegi has been abandoned by his favorite sheep.
Don't suppose you have time to chase after a sheep, do you? My most cowardly one just ran off after hearing a nearby beast's roar. She's so timid, she is likely to run away if you try to approach her normally. Take this blowgun and these dots I've laced with a sedative. One hit and she'll be out in an instant. She ran off somewhere to the west. Best of luck. Let's go blow snipe a sheep.
I think I'll be able to shoot it in the testicles this time, though.
Sadly, no.
Do 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 do. Running, running. Yeah.
We just ran past the dude.
Oh, yeah, I was looking at the other thing.
Did you manage to catch my sheep? Oh, thank you. You had me worried sick, you did, dearie. This job means everything to me. It surely does. I was just a lonely orphan with nowhere to call my own when the mole took me in. I said I would look after our sheep in an attempt to show my gratitude. My heart nearly stopped when this little one ran away. Sheep are the cornerstone of our tribe's way of life. I fear I'll never be able to truly express my thanks to you, but know I am grateful. Alright, Lise.
Still have a long way to go, but I think I can see the monument Serena was talking about. Don't see Hien or Gosetsu, though. We should hurry. Only I didn't have to stop to talk to you. The hell is this? Yeah, I don't know about you, but I can't shake the feeling someone's watching us. Serena did warn us about tribes that kidnap warriors and make them fight for them. Something tells me we're about to meet them. Let them come. Ah, there you are. As you can see, they let us dust a little trace. Given you were forced to dispatch a few yourself, so it goes. A few less warriors to face in the Nadam, yes? Kaolian is not much further. That said, I should be surprised if our would-be masters do not try to subdue us one final time. Because everything comes in threes. Yeah, Twitch chat is forked.
That's a shame.
Yeah. Right. This must be the pass that leads to Bardam's Medal. They say no foreigners have overcome this trial. But, well, that's the first time for everything, no? Hasn't been much of a trial so far. In the footsteps of Bardam the Brave. Kian is ready to undertake the challenge of Bardam's Metal. Nothing left to begin then. Complete the trial, we must pass through Bardam's Metal and each tame a Jarl. How precisely we have to do this, I am not sure. But since countless warriors before us have succeeded, I imagine we'll muddle through somehow. But enough talk. We have a Nodum to win. It's duty time. Ooh.
Hey, there's two.
Big, scowly face. Someone's washing. A hoppy thing. Definitely not an owlbear. And rock that looks suspiciously like a penis. You know the rock I'm talking about. Val might be disconnected. Man, there sure is a lot of stuff that looks like you can jump on it here that you can't.
Yep.
I can't even walk through this thing made of, like, rope and cloth.
Okay.
Val said that you can wall to wall, but I don't think that's your style, so.
Yeah, and if they're saying that this dungeon is infamous for hard hitting first couple of pulls,
Yeah.
definitely not going wall to wall. Especially not with a healer whose internet is on the shakiest grounds.
Yeah. Yeah. I do apologize to everyone if you are talking in chat, but I am constantly getting reconnected to the chat room, so I've probably not seen your messages. Last blood of my blood. Spugnathma. Hunters who in veins flows moonlight, show me your metal. Pass blood of my blood, for you are of the dusk and of the steppe.
Hoot growl.
Hoot, growl, hoot, growl, hoot, growl. Definitely not owlbears. Thus spoke as in warriors in whose veins flow sunlight. Show me your metal.
So
So you've done
sounds
moonlight and sunlight.
well, that sounds like the two different tribes of
Aura.
Aura, yeah. Pass blood of my blood, for you are the dawn of the steppe. Garuda.
Garula.
Oh.
What are we supposed to do here?
Stay away from sheep, apparently.
Yeah. I definitely wasn't in that orange fucking circle. Still having issues with that. I definitely wasn't in that orange circle. Or cone or whatever it was. Look, I don't mean to be that guy, but if you have a move that's unavoidable damage, don't put down a thing. It's like, if you don't stand in this, you won't get damaged.
I say this every time I play this game. And look at the creations of the monsters in it.
Yeah.
It looks like somebody found an 11th century illuminated text and and said, "Oh yeah, that's exactly what these animals
We'll
look
just
like."
do that. Yeah.
I will say I'm having a hard time with this dungeon
Oh, really?
because the music is so calming.
Oh.
Oh no!
I definitely used my Instacast raise on you, but it didn't Instacast. Hello, Biggin. I very definitely wasn't in either of those fucking circles. You can fuck right off. I am so fucking done with this game just not delivering on any of that. I
Tis a silly thing.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
of all my I don't even want to say issues. Of all my complaints about, did you not have to show me an upskirt, really? The inaccuracy of the orange ground markers on the floor really annoys me, and it's taking me forever to get used to, because I'm used to how precise the ones in WoW are, and it's not. It's more the timing of the thing, I think, than anything. Like it will look on my screen like I've stepped out of one of the orange markers before the ability's gone off, and then the ability will happen, and I'll take damage anyway.
Yeah. I've noticed that about some of those things too, is that Indiana Jones out of the way. That there's a definite discrepancy, and not even a judgeable one.
Yeah.
I can't make an accurate prediction on where the discrepancy is because it changes from engagement to engagement.
It's a really pretty dungeon thing. I should get used to saying that, because I say that a lot, but...
Yeah. There are very few dungeons in this game that are not gorgeous in the art department.
And most of them are the early ones. I'm not seeing how any of this is helping us tame a Yol.
We were fighting our way to its nest, I think.
I thought the Yol were the bison looking things.
That's a Yol.
Ah, wonderful.
Hey, Natara. Yep, this dungeon.
Yeah, this has been an experience. Here's a question for you, Natara, and any other later game experienced Final Fantasy chaps. does detection get better of like ground effects and stuff? Especially the orange stuff. Well, Jordan and I are both finding that we have an issue with finding ourselves outside of whatever orange thing is on the ground and still taking damage or getting affected by whatever the thing is. It actually does get. I'm not sure if it gets better, but I think it does vary between XL though. But actually, I think it does get better. But like I know the current raid I'm doing in Savage has awful snapshots, so we're doing the same problem there. But just for that fight, yeah, it makes sense. We are finding that it varies on a encounter by encounter basis at this point. Like sometimes we're just snapping it off, but like earlier when you do the I think it's the first boss in here, the one where you have to dodge all the mechanics. I'm on Wired. I'm 100% on Wired.
Yeah.
I found myself getting hit by a couple of mechanics that I was very much out of the orange things on. I want to say thank you to the FC. It was a really nice dungeon, a really fun dungeon, especially the puzzle boss. I want to call it.
Yep.
Yeah, the middle one.
I do. And there's a couple dungeons later on. I don't know if it's in this expansion or in the next one, where there's bosses where that's their entire shtick, is that you're not really fighting the boss, you're more
Avoiding the mechanics.
yeah, DDR, playing DDR with the boss.
Yeah. Well, it was a very. I hesitate to bring up WoW, but there was a really interesting thing that happened in WoW this week, where the game director of WoW came out and said that they are looking to put their version, like Blizzard's own versions of a lot of the combat add-ons into the game. And one of the reasons for that is the game has become so reliant on you having those add-ons that it's no longer someone is just able to log in and play the game.
Mm-hmm.
And what they eventually want to do is kind of phase out all combat add-ons, because combat add-ons prevent them from being able to make fun bosses. And if you've done any of the WoW raids for the last like 2 or 3 expansions, Ian Hazacostas talked about the fact that you'll notice that it's a whole lot more ground targeted swirly effects rather than like cool little mechanics. And that's because a thing like weak auras can just trivialize mechanics. Just lots of really lots of just shit on the floor is the only way that devs can reliably kill players at this point, and that's players standing in shit rather than cool mechanics.
Right.
So what they want to do is they want to put in like their own, like you'll notice they put a cooldown manager in 11.15. In 11.17 we're going to get a rotation manager with what I think might be the coolest thing they're adding to WoW in a long time, a single button rotation, which is an accessibility feature where what they will do is they will keep your each spec's rotation updated, and you'll just be able to press one button to play it. But it comes at the cost of a longer global cooldown.
10 to 20%, something like that, I think.
It's 0.2 something, 0.02 something percent, or 0.02 seconds or something. So heroic raiders, first raiders will never use it. But for someone who's just learning the game, or someone who doesn't have great mobility in their fingers and they still want to play, they absolutely can. It might be my favorite thing they've ever added to the game. And I can see that as Natara says here, they do that with Final Fantasy 14 sometimes too. But generally speaking, they work hard trying to punish people who they catch using add-ons. Yeah. WoW opened up the door for add-ons early, and I'm glad they did, because it gives us things like Bagnon and a bunch of other stuff. But I like the idea of them trying to close the door on combat add-ons, because I've noticed, at least, as the what's the word I'm looking for? As the expansions have gone on, in dungeons at least, I've seen more and more ground targeted shit rather than here's a cool mechanic. Which is why I really enjoyed this dungeon.
Yeah.
In fact, I think I've really enjoyed all of the Stormblood. No, that's a lie. I wasn't a huge fan of Siren Song C. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty, but it was very linear. But like Shisui of Violet Tides that we did, that was the one for the Ether Current and Bardam's Metal. I enjoyed both of those. There's a reason that even expansions later, this is still considered one of the good dungeons. Yeah. That was an absolute banger of a dungeon. Absolute banger.
I think my favorite boss to date is like the penultimate dungeon boss for a major story dungeon. And part of it is because, as weird as it sounds, is you're not fighting the boss.
Yeah.
It's a brain teaser of can you match what's happening on a wall in front of you to what's going on the floor that you're on, and doing And
I
then,
still think my favorite fight I've done so far is the new Livia fight.
mm, yeah,
Um,
that's a very good one.
but again, I'm only partway through Stormblood, so the new version of the Livia fight in what's it called?
Uh,
Uh,
Castrum Meridianum.
yeah, in Castrum. I really like the new Livia fight. The old one was boring as piss, but the new Livia fight is really good.
And it's all these
Oh
really.
yeah, it was fun because it was bad, but it was also boring as hell. Um,
I think one of the things that uh, there's a lot to enjoy visually and whatnot, in world building wise, in Dawn Trail, but the fact that the dungeon designers seem to have gone for, let's make these as balls to the wall hard as possible with the boss designs. One shot mechanics that are ambiguous as to their targeting and the like. It's just
yeah.
um,
Just to point out once again, Twitch's chat does seem to be a little twitchy today, so I am continually reconnecting to the chat room. So I may miss anything that's said. So if I do miss something that you need me to say, just re-say it if you can.
Natara just Las Vegas opened the old Livia fight, and it was awful. She LVO'd.
What? You missed things in my wall of text? Weird. I know, right? But yeah, I just a lot of fun, really. That last dungeon. Um, and it really does talk to how interesting design really breaks up what can either be a little bit monotonous. Jordan, I want to know what dungeon you're talking about with the boss and the stuff on the wall.
Let me DM you in Discord, Natara.
Just say it, dude. I don't care.
Mount Gulg. There is a boss in Mount Gulg. Um, uh, Forgiven Whimsy. Maybe. Yeah, the Forgiven Whimsy boss, the middle boss in the Mount Gulg fight or dungeon.
All right, let's talk to Lise and let's
Get on with the plot.
get on with what we're getting on with. Well fought back there. Things got hairy at times, but I knew we'd manage. Oh, right. I've still got those whistles Serena gave me. Here's yours. I suppose we ought to give them a try, like she said.
I like how we were given the whistles for summoning the mount we're supposed to tame long before we actually do the work to tame the mount.
I like that they give us a whistle, but it sounds just like we've stuck our fingers in our mouth and whistled. Up there, look!
Yeah, that too.
I think that means we've won them over. That one there is yours, right? The other one's mine. Aww. So that's that then. We're officially warriors of the steppe. They're really trying to make you wear green this expansion, aren't they?
Yep. Good news is, I believe it's dyeable, so...
Alright, Children of the Azim.
But that is a...
Yes, please. I'll have some of that.
That is a very dope casting.
Wait till you see my new outfit.
That's a very dope casting robe.
Uh-huh. There's channel colors, too. Children of the Azim. Lys is eager to return with triumphant to Mol Eo. Well, we've done what we came to do. Let's head back to Mol Eo.
That massive monstrosity was quite the surprise, was it not? Who knew that the steppe held such secrets? And with that, there is naught left to prevent us from taking part in the Nardum.
I still think I prefer my voice for him. Fuck me.
Bitches.
Seriously, one well-placed fucking flare will take care of that lot.
You! Yea, you who have walked Bardam's metal. Newborn warriors of the steppe. Our Khan demands an audience. You will come.
Natara wants to know the voice you do for Hien.
I remember those clothes. He's orally, isn't he? What should we do?
You'll find out.
Ordinarily, I would politely decline. This may be an opportunity to assess their strength. And we do have some time before the Nardum begins. If it all goes to plan, they will be fighting for us soon enough. What say you? Shall we go and greet our comrades to be?
The moment we get some Hien lines that aren't voiced, you'll hear it.
¿Por qué no?
Why not?
Whatever happens, we shouldn't keep Siren and the others waiting. Let's be ready to make a swift exit, alright?
We accept your Han's generous invitation. Lead the way.
Every time they say you're Han, I'm like, we're gonna get to meet Catherine? Ah, yes, the Death Star. The partially built Death Star, at least.
This battle station is fully operational.
Doesn't even have a roof!
Two banners. So it's not just Oronir we're dealing with.
kill you.
Or at least kick your ass.
Conquered Bardam's metal.
As warriors of the Maw, you were the Khan here, yes? Why have you summoned us? Mayhap to propose a joint endeavor?
You have to be very careful that that second A is put in there, Natara.
Yes.
Nay, don't.
Because we're a very pro Magni House hold.
Born of the sun are Aurelian, and born of
There's the king of the dwarves in World of Warcraft is called Magni Bronzebeard. And as you could probably tell, I am a lifelong dwarf.
When I learned of trespassers, I bade my warriors
Natara?
their measure to flay them if they failed.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Why did you unban Natara at once? Or untime out Natara at once? What if we murder everyone in this camp?
But if by the grace of Azim they should survive their trials and emerge anointed, then bring them hither to pay tribute.
I would like you to know, Natara, that was not me. Have you stopped talking yet? I would like to point out this has been the only conversation in all of Final Fantasy XIV I've ever been okay talking over. And it's because I'm just waiting for him to stop flapping his fucking gums so I can stab him in the throat.
So you want us to bow down and serve you? What if we don't feel like it?
The defiant will suffer in shadow. It would be an affront to the resplendent Azim himself.
Your axe is from like three... He's got this big axe on display, like, look at my cool axe. I'm like, didn't that drop from Titan, the first primal we killed?
It does appear to be a reskin of the Axe of Crags. The Puruguga.
The men only. Like the Borlak and women. Though you know them not either, I'm sure. No matter. All you need know is the one who will serve one way or another.
That much does indeed seem plain. However, as we are but newborn warriors who know little of your customs, we struggle to conceive of ways in which we might be of service to the most gracious
Or what?
illustrious son.
You make mock of us, Doman. Do not do so again. You will be given a task. It will be difficult. You will carry it out. When you have accepted this, you may ask me what it is.
Where's the no, fight me option? You do seem to be phased, so... Oh no, there you are. Yeah, there is no get wrecked option, which sadly. Right, let's talk to him. Look, man, I'm voicing literally everyone else
That's
in this
fine.
quest.
I'm trying to figure out. Trying to figure out what kind of voice I want to throw on him. Well, I'm Boudica. I might take offense, but I know better than to miss a woman outright. You demonstrate boldness or recklessness. Time will tell. Look, just because you're an incel whose woman decided to go start a camp of all women somewhere else doesn't mean.
I'm not sure that is a reskin of the Axe of Crags. I think it's just the Axe of Crags.
Yeah, you're right. I think it is.
Dude, you are biting off more than you can chew.
Then Adam approaches, and the Ordinary will reign supreme once more. Such is the will of Father Azim. Yet only fools think to triumph by the grace of the gods alone. We are not fools. Your task will be to aid us in our preparations. Batu will tell you the rest. No.
Yes. Trust your enemy to help you prepare for the fight. We're not going to sabotage you at all.
Not at all.
Fucking idiot. The labors of Magni. Batu shall tell you how you might serve the Oronir.
Etuto Wakanaga. Sorry. Warriors of the steppe, by the grace of our most radiant brother, you will not die this day, but instead be granted an opportunity to contribute to our cause. Rejoice, for this is a great honor indeed. Serve well, and you will be rewarded.
Question. You keep calling Magni your most radiant brother. You're not related or something, are you?
All Ornir are descendants of Father Azim. But if you mean to ask if our mothers are one and the same, then no. The most radiant is the elder brother, or two we younger. The strongest and most deserving of respect. No more interruptions! Your duties are as follows.
Kick your ass!
You, the Red Woman, you will milk our beasts. To grow strong, one must be well fed, and they have a great need of kumis and cheese.
Is that it? I mean, not happy about all of this, but I suppose I can go along for now.
You, the one who lumbers is a mountain. An old warrior, I see. We have arms and armor in need of repair. Go and speak with our menders. I have no talent for delicate work, but if that is your wish, then so be it. You, the insolent fool. As for you... This one carries fire. The Bududuga will take his measure. Seek my comrade outside tending to the stores. He will give you your task. You know him by his cloth. Unlike the yellow, we are of the green.
Here we go, Nazara. I, for one, would welcome the opportunity to learn more of the Budaga and their ways. It would be an honor. Kif, lay up my formal shorts. How could you do this to my boy? He's smarmy as fuck.
We shall speak of your task outside. With me.
You'd expect that voice for Alpha? No, nah, he's way more whiny. Our awful nerd is way more whiny. I get the feeling we might be getting some more aetherites here. So ether currents, sorry. It's definitely an aetherite here, isn't there?
There is. And the Falcon Porter.
Should be the first things we do. If anything, Alphino would sound more like Kif than Zat Brannigan. Ugh. My sister is so much more important than I am. Ugh. Well, there's an ether current right next to the Falcon Porter. Ugh. I definitely didn't use my drawing skills to hit on girls.
Now I'm just imagining Alize with Zat Brannigan's voice.
Alize was that Brannigan's voice?
Talking down to Alphino.
If Alize is anyone, she's Lita.
That's true.
But that brings weird connotations.
To Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah. Talking about who?
Your name, foreigner. You are to dive into a Zamkat below the Dawn Throne and gather swordgrass from the lake bed. That is an invaluable ingredient in many medicines. 8 bundles will you bring. You will need to dive deep to obtain that which you seek. But that shall pose no troubles for a true warrior, no? Some say the dominion of the Dawn Father and the Dusk Mother does not extend beneath the water, but ours does. Indeed, the ordinary fear not above nor below. Speak with the guard to descend. We shall speak again when you have finished.
It's a good job that we did that quest earlier that taught us to breathe underwater.
Indeed.
Do we now get to breathe underwater in other places, or is it only here?
There.
Like, can I go back to Costa del Sol and hang out underwater?
I do not. I don't know if there's an underwater area in Costa del Sol, but I know from here on out there will be underwater zones for us.
Yeah. Yes, I know who you are. Do you wish to go below? Breaking out all my best Matt Groening voices today.
But if we were to go like this.
Oh, that's another question I should ask you both. Given that my Magitech armor, I believe Maggie, that the community calls her, is currently my favorite mount because it gives me the Final Fantasy VI music. Is there any other mount that gives you music from Final Fantasies?
Um,
Definitely others with music. I have the music turned off, so I can't say offhand. I know there are others with music. I was wondering if there's any that give you like the specific music from certain games or whatever. The Lunar Whale has the Final Fantasy IV Lunar Whale music. Okay.
I think the ones you buy from there's a couple from the cash shop. That
Yeah.
Have, like the motorcycle, the Final Fantasy VII motorcycle.
I expect the car does as well. Would give you the Final Fantasy 15 music.
Well, that is an excellent question.
Also, I should not be able to deploy my bomb palanquin underwater. Like, just summoning 6 bombs into existence underwater is probably a bad idea.
The Final Fantasy 15 Outpost theme. Yep.
Okay. Every time I summon this thing, I'm risking my own life. One gather point short. Where are you, you little bastard?
I should not be flying around on a griffin underwater, but here we are. Can I do water flip now?
There you are, you little bastard. I'm not sure I'm comfortable with how willing this game is to do things that make my character's skirt fly up and make me able to see under it. Because it's like the 3rd or 4th time today alone that that's happened. Or maybe it's just this section of the game.
No.
So oh, we have to go back to the bridge at the front, right?
Yep.
Maybe they don't seem to do that on purpose, but yeah, it definitely happens. You have glam that stops that, but often defeats the point of the glam. Yeah. I could have sworn I had pants on under this, but apparently I have skirt on. Back up top already?
No, I'm still too short.
Fine. I'll wait at the door for you then.
Go, Midgard Sormer.
He's like, why the fuck are you summoning me underwater? It's fucking hard to breathe down here.
Go, Firewolf. Ah, there we go. Bridge of the Hyrule Warriors. Like Link.
Something like that, yeah. The gap in the wall, you can jump up.
Here I am.
Hooray! Only by the grace of the most radiant one, mate, ascend to the Dawn Throne. Remember this. Oh, bad news for you, mate. We're going to ascend to the Dawn Throne by kicking your ass. Oh, Misty Blue Eye. That's quite a cool name.
She returns, and with swordgrass in hand. That you would immerse yourself into the depths is a testament to your bravery. Well done. Lest you wonder, we will use the prepared potions to induce paralysis in the Nadam. In the Nadam, we must use every means at our disposal to delay our foes. He who inscribes his deeds upon the sacred ground shall be declared the victor. However, none may know this place until the Jarl have scattered the soil. Matters not. We shall be as swift as stallions and as fierce as Baras, and as mysterious as dark sides of moons.
We will be next brick in wall.
The steppe will be ours once more.
Did I lose you?
Nope, I'm here. Your tribute is accepted. We will return to the most radiant. You may beg a boon. I'm a brigadoon.
Do 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 do. Talking to him.
Hello.
You changed your name. Lux. Very suiting, don't you think, Jordan?
Yes.
Wait, did you just do a name change? Oh, you're Anna Meowie. I thought you were Natara for a minute 'cause you're both posting pink. Hey, Emma, how you doing? Long time.
Am I the one? Yes.
You're in RFC?
Yes, she is.
Nice. I'm so disconnected today. I had like 3 hours sleep last night.
Rin, she's the one that gave us the utters.
Oh, fuck. Right. Yeah. Okay.
I might understand you've completed your tasks.
I don't know what yours was, but mine was surprisingly simple. They bade me carry various goods and sundries from storehouse to storehouse. Alas, it was difficult to learn much with all the Badaga swarming around me. You've been snooping?
You dove deep into the waters to harvest sword grass. I see. That is well.
I love the fact he can't pronounce sword. Ah. Most radiant brother Magnai, we have given you your tribute as demanded. Were we to beg leave to depart with our comrades, would you consent?
We have never intended to press you into our service, and tribute offered in good faith cannot be denied. To grant you naught in return would be an affront to Father Azim. However, the boon must be proportional to the supplications. What you ask far exceeds what you have earned. Seems like someone's being a bitch.
Look, dude, we are leaving. I need to make you aware that we are leaving.
When in doubt,
Then if you-
return to. we will.
We must return to the waking sands.
Sorry,
We gonna fuck off back to the rising stones, we are.
Harsher
I'm gonna
Font-
bugger off back to waking sands.
Harsher Font needs us.
You gotta go find that one bloke who speaks all weird and stuff. You know, the one that fucking betrayed us and then we took him back. Because we're a little bitch. I would have killed him on the spot if it were me. Ah. Fucking Orion J and shit. Then if we must remain here, would you at least permit us to learn more of your people and your ways? Demlu Kaloon taught me about a fraction, you see. Bob cannot become Murder Bob. Oh, I've got bad news for you. This is how this world, born of the gods, was to be their battlefield. Their creations to fight in their stead. How Azim, father of the Dawn, he who birthed the sun, and Nama, mother of the dusk, who birthed the moon, made the Ora.
Right.
So, we're looking at a situation that is very similar to Hydaelyn and
Zodiac.
Zodiac. Eve, it may even be
Hydaelyn and Zodiac.
Hydaelyn, yeah. Except they're portraying it. I dare to use the word gender to describe them, but she's often discussed as Mother Hydaelyn, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it is the father of the dawn. So it would be Zodiac that's the father of the dawn? I don't know. Anyway. Yet though these children warred for a time, they eventually laid down their arms and came to love one another. Giggity. And so the gods bequeathed this world to their children and ascended to the heavens whence they came. Those born of the Dawn Father were called the Rain. Those born of the Dusk Mother were called the Zayla. And so it was ever after. But I say to you, brother Magni, how can this be? How can Orenir be the children of Azim if they are Zayla born of Nama? Is Bob not always murder, Bob? Depends on who you are talking. Depends on what you are asking me to murder.
Awful nerd? Then yes.
Mm-hmm. Most of the rest of the Scions? Yes. Hoary Balder? No. There is always a non-zero amount of murder in my mind. Lux.
You amuse me, Dolmen. How you wield your ignorance as weapon.
These guys are suddenly becoming Russian. I love
They
it.
are. Very well. I bid you speak with our elders and learn the truth of the world.
Definitely not some kind of stereotype for like the Hun or something. Let me pull up the ether currents thing. I would have thought we would have gotten some ether currents here, but it doesn't look like we are. At least, unless they unlock later. But all right. Given the time, what do you want to do?
Do we want to break here and?
It's up to you. Because we usually finish up about 6:30. So
Yeah, I'm just afraid of entering into long conversations.
things that Natara is lying. If there's a single person on this planet that needles me unnecessarily, it's definitely Natara.
Cat.
All right, so should we end up here, because I think talking about the history of the Azim and all of that is gonna
Drag
be
a bit.
long cutscenes, and we've got like 10 minutes left in the stream. So
Yeah, no.
Small warning for everyone: I will not be around this Friday. I have some last minute stuff I need to get done before limit break. So while I won't be around this Friday, I'll be around Monday and then the Friday after that, I'm flying out to Limit Break. So, Jordan's going to be on his own for those 2 streams, I think.
Yep.
And then I will be back on the 30th because I fly on the 26th. There is a possibility I will make it home in time to stream on the 26th, but I might also be exhausted from flying. Yes, you can needle me in person, but not literally needle me. I'll be doing enough of that myself with my insulin things.
Sorry.
Why did, of all the things
Of all the things.
Today we have discovered that Hien is Zap Brannigan. These dudes are all fucking
Russian.
Russian. And Jordan finds diabetes humorous.
I don't know why the concept of you can needle me in person, but not really, because I do that with my insulin for whatever reason. It just broke me.
The sad thing is, I'm not even sure. We're not even sure it's diabetes. It's just some of my meds drive up my blood sugar. Oh God.
Anyway, thank you everyone who came out.
Diabetes these nuts?
Got him.
What the fuck are we doing with our lives?
I don't know, but it's been a wild 4.5 years.
4.5 years.
Yeah,
That's just since the pandemic, mate.
I understand, but it's since we've made affiliate.
Which was the last time I played Final Fantasy 14.
Please make sure you're following
Yeah.
us here on Twitch. But as we like to say, Twitch do be twitching. So make sure you also follow us on any of the 4 major microblogging platforms. On Twitter, we are 321 Podcast. On Blue Sky, we are 321tv.bsky.social. On Threads, we are at 321_tv.live. And on Mastodon.social, on the Mastodon.social server, we are at 321_TV.
Yeah.
Check out
And
that.
as you've heard, I am prepping for Limit Break. Or RPG Limit Break, to give it its full title. Which I'll be flying out to Denver, Colorado on the 16th of May. The event starts on the 18th of May and it runs for the full week through to that next Saturday. Goes Sunday to Saturday. And we will be playing RPGs of all forms in a speedrunning format, which you'd be forgiven for looking at the schedule and going, that speed runs 8 hours long. There will even be a Final Fantasy 14 speed run with Natara and a bunch of other friendos fighting some savage bosses, I believe, that you get to donate to vote on. I think that's the plan. Don't quote me on that. Extreme bosses, okay. And there will also be an interview with Savage as a treat. Okay. And if at least one of you in the Savage raid doesn't talk like Randy Savage the whole time, I will be very upset. Oh, now I'm... So, anyway. But yeah, there'll be also be a content segment with the Final Fantasy 14 runners and me as a Sprout. And them trying to educate me on things, I think. We'll see. But there'll also be a bunch of other cool stuff going on. We're finishing out the marathon with some Chrono Trigger, and there's going to be a bunch of other cool stuff going on. all kinds of Final Fantasies and King's Quests and Kingdom Hearts and all of that stuff. We do not have the ability to host anymore, so look out for links to it on our socials that Jordan linked above. I also want to raise that since it is now the 5th of May, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, which is one of the reasons that we stream Limit Break in May, because we raise money for NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and we're trying to do it during Mental Health Awareness Month. If there's anything you can look for your local NAMI affiliate and try and help there. Jordan?
Indeed. Last little bit is you can further help support the channel, not just by following us here and following us on all the socials and checking out all of the charity work Bob and I reach out and do, but also checking out our most excellent swag at 321-tv-shop.fourthwall.com.
Indeed.
Where we've got things like polo shirts, sweatpants, hoodies, water bottles, and a desk
These
mat.
nuts?
Yeah, and these nuts.
And insulin.
And insulin.
You may not have 14 on your PC and caught up on all the X-Pack, Saber, but you can fix that. Something award-winning Final Fantasy free something copy pasta. There's a copy pasta, but anyway, thank you for watching, everyone. Jordan, do you have a raid target, or should I try and find one?
I think I've
This
got
has been the most disorganized sign-off we've ever done.
It has been. It has been nothing but.
We lost our dang minds. I blame the totally not Russian steppe people.
Indeed.
Um,
They're not our real people. They're just our step people. All
right,
let's
I've
go to
got a raid
Seabat.
yeah, I was about to say, let's go see Adam.
Yeah, we're going to Seabat. We're gonna send you off as we always do. Guys, gals, non-binary pals, and all those beyond that spectrum. In the words of the 16th President of these United States, Abraham Lincoln, please be excellent to each other and party on non-gender-specific honorifics, and we will see you.
Next time. Well, I won't. Jordan will.
I will.
Bye!
Peace.